Yo, guys, it is Old Man G here, back again with a bit of a late show for you guys today. I'm joined by Ad744 for our La Liga season 22-23 preview. First and foremost, thank you for coming to the channel, bro. How you doing? You okay?
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me.
No problem at all. And obviously, guys, if you channel to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio, follow us on Twitter and X as well. Make sure you check out Ad74's channel. I'll be putting the link in the description. So make sure you head over and check out his channel. There's lots of good La Liga content there. And we got Sebastian, man. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well, buddy. I guess before we even get into the season preview, etc., and how they're going to do and what you think, I think I'll start this with this. I think the big issue around La Liga right now is just the state of Barcelona Football Club, and potentially maybe extending to other La Liga teams as well, like betis, etc. The finances. Is this going to be something that's going to have an impact on La Liga this season? Obviously using Barcelona as an example, or do you think maybe the English media are it's all puff and smokes? It's overhyped, it's overblown. There's no issue.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both, to be honest. One of the things that La Liga has other leagues don't really have yet is the salary cap. That's the reason why that's a big reason why a lot of La Liga teams haven't been able to make as many signs as the EPL, because of salary cap.
Okay.
And it's true that Barcelona, people just think that it's only Barcelona that can't register the players. Like other teams cannot register the players too. Like I think Real Betis,
yes,
Cadiz. I think they're like I don't remember exactly all the teams, but I know there are other teams, not just Barca.
Exactly.
But the English media, they always talk about Barca. So I do think that English media is a bit overbloating this, because obviously this isn't their league. But at the same time, though, I do think that there is some kind of difficulties financially with the team. So I don't think it's just a Barca issue. I think every team is suffering from this, at least to some extent.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, Manchester United are basically in the City are supposedly a bigger club than Manchester United. So, but you will never see their team in the news, which whatever report they are, even if they have controversial things, it's just not going to be there because. You're going to get more clicks and more. That's how I see it. At the end of the day, journalists need to make money, and at the end of the day, you're going to get more clicks, recycling pieces about Barcelona's financial issues, then you are going to be talking about Atletico or other clubs like that. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? Shout out to Theodore Grande, man. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. So I guess maybe focusing specific on Barcelona. I mean, you anticipate that they will register their players. It's not going to be any issue.
Yeah, I think they'll be able to register players. Because like I said, it's kind of stupid to sign the players you're not registered. Like, that's what's the point of doing that? That doesn't make sense. So I imagine they will be registered at some point. And I heard that tomorrow will probably be it. So, it just doesn't make sense, right? Like, you buy players, you don't register them, right? What's the point of buying them, right?
Is that via will they register them via the lever system that we keep on getting told about, or is this something different?
Probably by the lever system, because I did hear that earlier today. Barca will activate the fourth lever on Twitter.
How many? I mean, do you know how many levers there are? Like,
yeah, to be honest, I wish I know. I don't know, man. Like that, this financial thing is so complicated that it's hard for anyone to understand. So I don't really know, honestly.
I find the whole thing fascinating. So, but I mean, fair enough. There are people that get it, and so shout out to them. So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. So let's go. We'll put my camera on a second. So I'm just sorting out a few things. So just looking at, so this is obviously we'll probably start bottom and go to top. So we'll start with relegation. That's obviously a team at the bottom there. Who would you say are the relegation suspects? Suspects going on for this season?
Yeah, that's a good question, because La Liga relegation was really close. Like last season, it went down all the way to the final match day. So it's very difficult to call this. Like I think any team, like last season we saw Granada went down. A few seasons ago they were in the Europa League. So I don't like. I feel like any team is capable, and Levante. We know how much of it, how much they give difficulties to like Barca, Real Madrid all the time, and they still went down. So I think most of these mid-table teams are like, I don't think there's any team that's like completely safe. Obviously, unless you're a big team like the Big Four. But I think like every mid-table team is in huge. There's like at least some threats.
Okay. So so what about, you would say, the recent? Because obviously there have been recent promoted sides. Do you think that any of the recent promoted sides may have an issue?
Potentially, like I'm looking at maybe like Real Valladolid. I think they could potentially struggle. Maybe Almeria as well.
Yeah.
Girona, I'm not really sure about them because they actually have a really good record against Atletico Madrid. They haven't the Atletico Madrid haven't been able to beat them in a long time. So yeah, it's a bit weird. So I think one of the newly promoted teams will go down, in my opinion.
And possibly maybe like an established maybe like mid-table team, maybe like an Elche, possibly an Osasuna, Cadiz, possibly. Although I mean they always seem to do really well against Real Madrid. I mean,
yeah, and Barca.
And Barcelona as well.
Yeah.
So, okay. So what would be your top three picks and as it to go down?
Yeah, it's difficult to call. I'm gonna go with Cadiz. I think Cadiz, they barely survived last season. If I'm not mistaken, I think if they didn't beat Barca in the Camp Nou, I think they would have gone down. So that win in the Camp Nou pretty much saved them.
Yeah.
So I think Cadiz will go down. I don't know what place exactly, but I'm gonna say they'll go down. Then I feel like maybe Mallorca. I feel like they could go down.
Mallorca, okay.
Yeah, I feel like they're. I feel like I just don't think they'll do well this season. Last season they survived. Let me see what table. Let me see. Actually, I want to look at the table last season. What place they finished last season?
I've got it. Actually, I've got it here. So yeah, so Mallorca finished 16th. So last season it was 17th Cadiz, then Mallorca, then Getafe, then Espanyol, then Elche, and then Rayo Vallecano in 12th. Osasuna finished 10th, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, generally the teams that go down generally have really poor defenses, and I feel like their defenses are really good, and also the fact that they don't have like Takusa Kubo, he's not playing for them, so I feel like they'll struggle a lot, and I think they'll go down.
Mallorca, I think, did concede. I think they were the third. They conceded the third highest goals in the league. The second two were Levante and Alaves. So yeah, they've not improved their defense. I think possibly Mallorca is actually a good shout actually. So let me move them. Sorry, 2 seconds. Cool. And then last
is tricky. Like I still haven't fully made my mind yet, so I have to think about this. This is tough. I could see. Let me see who Almeria have. Let me see the players. They got Omar Sadiq. Interesting. Maybe Real Valladolid. I guess I'll go with them to go down.
I mean, they did finish 12th last season, 50 goals conceded. You'd have them over Elche.
Oh. I think Elche. I feel like Elche just know how to survive. Their home form is actually pretty good.
Okay.
So, and I think the relegation teams, I think it comes down to their home form, like if they have good home form or not to survive. And I feel like their home form is good. Okay. And so that's why I think. But yeah, I guess I'll go Real Valladolid on this one. It's a tough call, but I'll go with them. I guess they'll probably be 18th.
Real Valladolid, they'll be 18th. Right. Okay. 2 seconds. Ooh. There we go.
Oh, that's cool. Rayo.
Oh, sorry. Where's Real Valladolid?
It's the one next to Valencia.
Here, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Okay, so we've got our relegation teams, and obviously we'll probably have a lot more to talk about when we as we go into Europa and Champions League. So I want your take on how you think Spanish teams are going to do in the Europa League. Sorry, in the Europa League, Conference League, and Champions League this season. But before we get into that, what would be your lower tape? So that's essentially 14 to 17 predictions. So that's 14, 15, 16, 14, 15, 16. So that's 4 teams here, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like kind of like barely survive.
Yeah. So I seem like, so you're gonna probably let's see what we put there. So probably Rayo, I would say.
Yeah, Rayo I would agree with.
Elche, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think Getafe as well.
Getafe, that's not a bad shout.
And then what would be the fourth one?
I'm thinking maybe it's a tough one. Maybe Espanyol.
Yeah. Actually, have they made any? Again, not followed the Liga transfer, but have they made any key signings? Ooh, Rayo Vallecano are signing Diego Costa.
Wow.
Does that change things? I don't think it does. Because the guy's finished. He's washed. So, but maybe it does. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? I'm looking at the transfers they made, and let's see. Wow, interesting. So they got Benjamin Locomet. He's on loan from them, from AS Monaco. And they got Oliven on a free transfer. Vinicius Sozo. Yeah, so it's interesting. They got some decent options, it seems. So I still think they're going to finish like lower table, maybe like a higher end, like maybe like 14th, I'll say.
Okay. Right. Okay. So the next team. So you're thinking Espanyol here.
Yeah. Espanyol.
Espanyol. Okay. Let's get to it. Right. Cool. Big up RDS. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. So I'm literally getting through this, man. So I've I've just been really, really tired today. So if anything, it's probably a blessing not doing 2 scenes back to back. So I'm quite tired. But the show must go on. Shout out to the super chat from King Stash. Always coming through, man. Really appreciate it, buddy. How much do you think Rashford is worth? I would say anywhere between 50 to 60 million, I think. Especially bearing in mind that we obviously wouldn't pay for him. He's an academy player. Yeah, so in between 50. It depends because I know there's a lot. Personally, I think it's all smoke and mirrors. Like he's going to stay at Manchester United. That's just the case. But United could, if they sold him now, could get a decent fee for him. And I do think that PSG, people saying, "Oh, they need number 9." Like, I kind of understand it from so extent because they haven't actually replaced Di Maria. So outside of their front line, which okay, yes, you have Messi and Mbappe and Neymar, but none of those guys are actually number 9s. Who they have in reserve? Do they have anyone in reserve?
Well, there's I guess
Braxton's still there, I guess, but I mean he's washed.
Yeah.
So
Sarabia
maybe, yeah. So in a sense, I can kind of know people like, oh, this is outlandish, but in one sense, I can kind of understand because if you're talking about for squad rotation, and obviously he's still quite young, and obviously and the thing about Rashford, I think, is that I think Rashford can be a good player if he's coached well, and I don't know whether he's and I don't know whether he can be coached well. I don't know whether that can be the case. So, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's my thoughts anyway. I have Mallorca, Almeria, and Cadiz to get relegated. Okay, fair enough. I mean, fair enough. I didn't put Almeria down. Do we put Almeria higher?
Actually, I think we should. I think we should switch Getafe and Almeria.
Yeah,
I think we should put. I think we should put Getafe mid-table.
So you think Getafe should be mid-table?
Yeah, they're a hard team to score against. Like they're kind of like the Burnley, and how Burnley's like.
Oh yeah. To be fair, I have actually seen them a few times actually. So I think that that's the
like it'll be like the lower end of mid-table, like 13th place, I would say. But yeah, I think we should put Almeria lower table.
Okay, well,
they're the first team.
There we go. So about here, I think.
Yeah.
Because okay, fair. But Theodore has Almeria getting relegated.
Man, that would be sad. I would like to say them because they just came back. I haven't seen them in a while in La Liga.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Going on to mid-table now. Thanks to all those watching, by the way. Really appreciate it. So 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 6 teams here. So Getafe, I think is a fair shout. Real Sociedad. These aren't in any particular order, by the way. So we're just grouping them.
Okay. Yeah, I think you should put Celta Vigo.
Celta Vigo again. Why have I? Just 1 second. I've got my. There we go.
And then I guess Girona, we could put as well.
Really?
I think they'll be like a lower, like the higher end of mid-table, maybe.
Higher mid-table. Okay.
Yeah.
Where are they? Have I missed this? No, it's not. This isn't Girona. Where's Girona?
Yeah, I can't see
Girona on here. This is definitely for this season as well. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 18, 19, 20. No, there's definitely 20 teams here. Where's Girona?
Yeah.
Help me in the chat. I have Girona lower than you guys. Where the hell is Girona?
Yeah,
sorry, this is my fault, guys. There's 20 teams here, though. So either one team is
Oh, I think I see Eibar. Why is Eibar shouldn't be here?
Oh, that's why. That's why. I don't know why Eibar's there. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. It should have been. It was definitely 22-23. Yeah, Eibar shouldn't be there. It definitely said 22-23 Liga. So whoever made this tier list needs to be inducted ASAP. So if you could, I'm sorry about that, guys. Usually I check all the teams beforehand. So, but it must have slipped. I'll say that now. I apologize. I don't generally watch Girona Football Club, so I apologize that it slipped past. So I'm sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
So if you can just pretend For
Yeah,
those of
that's
you looking, that Eibar is basically Girona. So it's not Eibar, it's Girona. Just putting out there, it's not Eibar, it's Girona. So just bear that in mind.
yeah,
That's basically what we're doing.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Then I think we should put Osasuna there as well.
Yeah, I agree as well. I agree. I agree with Osasuna. Ooh. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So one more. I think. Ooh, it's
Oh yeah,
between for
Valencia.
me. It's between. Well, I was saying between Valencia and Athletic Club.
Oh,
Um,
hmm.
have a Valencia Athletic made any key signings this window?
I don't know. There's a huge mess going on Valencia, man. There's like so much off the field issues.
Yes. So you don't think that they're going to have the necessarily have the what's the word the they're not going to have the focus or mentality on the field to basically do
Oh,
anything.
interesting. So I actually did see they got an interesting player from AC Milan. Name is Samuel
Mm.
Castello.
Yeah,
I don't know how good he is. Is he good?
haven't watched him. Haven't watched. Well, I mean, he's okay. I don't. But will he? I think the key question here is that is he going to be enough to take them to Europe, i.e. the Conference League?
Oh yeah, and also remember, they have Gattuso as their coach now. I forgot about that. I just remember now.
Is that a positive or negative?
I'm not sure honestly, because they had. I think they had Bordalos as their coach, and I think Gattuso is probably better than Bordalos because
That's what I
Bordalos is a
was
really
saying.
defensive coach.
Fiodo's saying, yeah, Castillo's just fine, not great. Exactly. That was my thoughts as well. Like he's okay, but is he going to be the type of player that's going to take it to Europe? I'm not entirely sure. I'm really not.
Yeah, yeah, it's a tough
Uh,
call.
I mean, Shat, what do you think? Theodore, what do you think? Valencia or Athletic Club? In fact, maybe I should put that in a poll. Give me 2 seconds, just for those. 1 second.
Yeah, and also they got another player. His name is Samuel Leno from. He's on loan from Atletico Madrid, so he's
Mhm.
Brazilian, 20 years old. Then Mano Velo, striker from Alaves, Hugo Doro from Getafe. So they made some signings, but I don't think there's any
Mm.
like amazing signings.
Mm.
Oh yeah, and I forgot they also let go Gonzalo Guedes to Wolves.
Yes, they did.
That's a big loss, I think.
Club. Valencia. Right. So I'll just put the poll in the chat, guys. Who gets Europe? Let me know. Cool. Right. So while we wait for that, it's one of Atleti or Athletic Club or Valencia. So
Yeah,
obviously it's 57. So what would you say the other two? So we're now into obviously Europa
territory.
League and Conference League territory. But one of those is going to get Conference League anyway, so it's fine. Let's look at the polls. How we're doing now. So one vote. Look, okay, cool. So the two teams. I mean, will anyone break into the top? I guess the top four. I think that. I think Europa will be. I don't think Betis will get top four. So I think they'll be close, but I don't think they'll get it. So I would put Betis with a fifth, or well in that position, and then probably Villarreal as the two.
Yeah.
I don't
Do you
know
think
what
Real Sociedad? Do you think Real Sociedad can compete for Conference League? I think they're a good team.
Real Sociedad. Yeah, I think they can. I think they can. I think they can. Can they compete? Can they? I mean, Theodore, yes, says I had Valencia seventh before they sold Guedes. So now I have Atletico Bilbao. So Lop saying Atletico Bilbao for seventh. I wouldn't disagree with that, to be honest. Um, I wouldn't disagree with that. What does the poll say? It's two 50-50. Could get more actually. Come on,
Oh,
guys. Let's get a decisive result, man. You know.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, definitely, you'd agree that Real Betis will be in the Europa League. But you don't think they'll break the top four?
Well, in my predictions, I actually have them getting Champions League, but it's gonna be very close. I feel like they're
Really?
really close. Yeah, I have
Oh
them
no, you know.
just to.
What's your reasoning for that?
I just feel like they were so close last season, and I feel like they'll put more ambition in this, and I feel like they could honestly do it. It'll be close. See, the problem with the other teams, like Villarreal, is a good shot. I was going to consider them, but Unai
Mm.
Emery, he's like more of a cup manager. Like I feel like he doesn't really have that much. I don't think he cares about the league that much, in my opinion. So I feel like
Yeah,
they'll go
definitely.
more in. They'll go
Yeah.
more in for the competitions, I think. And Sevilla, I just think Sevilla are going to really struggle this season. They lost two center backs in the same window. Like I think
Yes, that's
that's going
true.
to cause a lot of problems.
That's true. That's true. Actually, that's a fair point. Actually, that is a fair point. That is definitely a fair point. You know what? I will go for the hunch. I will go for the hunch. I will put Real Betis as fourth. I
Yeah,
agree with you actually, and then Sevilla and probably Villarreal,
yeah,
and then there's Athletic Club. I mean, looking at the poll for those that
yeah.
voted,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Athletic Club. They have Ernesto Valverde as their manager.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't his fault, was it? Though it wasn't. It wasn't his fault. People were blaming the guy, but I think he was. I think he was misunderstood. It wasn't. It wasn't all his fault. It wasn't all his
yeah,
fault. So let's put Valencia in the mid-table bit because everyone's voted Athletic Club, and then put Athletic Club in Conference League, and then we're going to put Sevilla and Real Betis here. Sorry, not Real Betis. Villarreal. Okay. So these are our top four. Before we get into discussing the top four, guys, and thanks so for watching, by the way. What How do you see Spanish teams doing in general in Europe in La Liga this season going forward?
yeah. That's a good question because we obviously know Real Madrid. They're gonna probably do that. They're gonna probably be the team to look out for because they're Champions League royalty, and of course
Mm,
they just won the Champions League last season, so they're
mm,
definitely looking good. Barcelona, I'm still kind of skeptical with because that's my team and everything. So I'm still not entirely sure Barca's gonna do because our European record has been kind
A
of
lot, a
atrocious
lot
the
of
last
Bar-
couple of years.
a lot of Barca fans are predicting Barcelona to win La Liga. Is that the feeling in the Barcelona camp?
I would say so, probably, yeah.
Okay, okay. But sorry, go on. I'm interrupt you. Go on.
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, Barca Champions League. It's been kind of like I don't know. I'm a bit very skeptical because obviously last couple of years we've been humiliated, and embarrassed. So obviously I guess the goal should try to obviously be reach round of 16 this time. And try to aim for the quarterfinals. You know, Atletico Madrid's it's a wild card in my opinion. Like I don't know what to expect from Atletico Madrid to be honest. Like I feel like at times they could like make it far in the Champions League, like get to the quarterfinals unexpectedly, but then they could also go out to the round of 16. So I don't know about Atletico. They're like a wild card. And Sevilla, man, to be honest with you, I think Sevilla. I think they're gonna get either round of 16 the Champions League or like they might go to the Europa League again.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, Atletico Madrid actually made any key signings.
Let me. Oh yeah, they did sign a Molina from Udinese. I don't know if you heard of him.
I've not really, I didn't, I've not really seen him play that much, to be honest.
Yeah, he's like a
Um,
right back, and he's I heard he's been good. He's like one
oh,
of the young right backs they have. So
right. So that's essentially to replace Kieran Trippier, I guess. Um,
yeah,
um, that's
yeah.
it.
I'm trying to see anyone else they made because I don't really know anyone else. Not to my top of my head. Let me see.
Oh, they signed
That
Morata.
seems.
Did they sign
Oh yeah,
Morata as
Morata.
well? That one.
Yeah, Morata. They signed.
I mean, is
Yeah.
that is that really is that really a positive? I don't know.
Oh
Is it?
yeah, I forgot they signed Witzel.
I mean, is there? I mean, given I mean, Atletico Madrid didn't do that well last season. I know they still finished fourth, but is there a possibility that they could slip out of the league as well?
I feel like they're too good to. I feel like the other teams aren't consistent enough for them to not miss Champions League. But I will say this: I feel like Atletico Madrid will not do as well as people say they will. I don't personally, for me, I don't think they'll compete for La Liga. Um, but yeah, I just think that I think they're too good to miss out because other teams, like I said, they're not consistent enough. That's the issue, you know. But they're definitely gonna struggle. I think they'll lose some like away games, I believe. And their home form is really good. Like their home form is amazing. Like I think they got one of the best home
Atletico.
forms in the league.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
of course,
Atletico.
of course. I mean,
Yeah,
it's. I guess if all we have to do is put 10, 11. I mean, I don't know how Atletico Madrid fans take it, to be honest. So just putting 10, 11 men behind the ball and just as a barrage, it's just like it just the guys. But I mean, they seem they love him at the club. Fair enough. I'm not going to hate or anything like that. So, but it doesn't make it's. I don't know. The football seems a bit washed in my opinion. So, and it's always great seeing Simeone get knocked out of the Champions League, trying to prove that actually that type of football is acceptable anymore. So, yeah, it's just funny. Very
yeah,
very funny. Fine. Okay. So would you? So I assume you're putting Betis sorry, fourth, Atleti third.
yeah,
Is that fair? Okay,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know
I agree. Yeah.
standard. Okay. Sebastian says, "Wow, why are you wowing, Sebastian? Why are you wowing, buddy? Let me know. Why is it that you're wowing?" Um, so apologies, guys. I'm not on camera anymore, so just had to sort of take a bit of light because I've got a bit of a headache. So it's really really warm in the UK right now, and our houses aren't designed for the extreme heat, unfortunately. So it is what it is.
Wow.
So everyone has aircon and proper fans and stuff. Here, it's because it's quite a cold country. The houses are designed to conserve heat, so it's a bit of a problem. So, but it is what it is. Anyway, the show must go on. So, so Barcelona. I mean, wait. Sebastian says, "Oh wow, sure, Sevilla sixth."
I have Sevilla fifth for me.
So fifth. I mean, I Sevilla sixth. Where do we put? I mean, we put Sevilla essentially in the Europa League / Conference League spots. So anywhere
Yeah,
between
it's
fifth to seventh, really. So
yeah,
it could be seventh, it could be. But I mean, yeah. So I go on.
yeah. It's like I think you said earlier like we're just like putting teams out. We're not gonna like go exact in order, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Because
So
because the minutia, without really knowing the minutia of like the like player transfers and stuff like that, it does make it a bit difficult. So, but I will probably come and review this later. Um, like having a mid-season Serie A like prediction or something like that, so that which would be quite useful. So, but yeah,
oh, yeah, that'd be good to do.
so yeah, that's probably what we might do, something like that. Um, right, try and take your bias outside of this. Try and take it if you can. If you
Yeah, yeah.
really, really, really can. Who do you think is going to win Serie A? Who do you think is going to win Serie A?
Wait, Syria.
Sorry, why am I saying Serie A, man? See, this is what this headache does to you. Please, man, I'm literally hallucinating here. It's La Liga. Sebastian, sorry, before I get into, sorry, I need to read Fido's comment. Um, top four is going to be the classic, in my opinion: Real Madrid and Atleti, Barcelona, and Sevilla. Fair enough. And Sebastian says, I have Real Madrid first and Barca second. It will come down to the last match day. So very close.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
your thoughts, Barcelona or Real Madrid? Who wins it?
yeah. This is a tough one, and I'm gonna try to be as objective as I can. So but obviously
Mm,
it's hard to be completely objective, but I'll try my best.
mm,
See, the thing about this is that I feel as though that I feel like this is Barcelona's time to do it. Like I feel like if there was a league for them to do so, it'd be this season.
mm,
But this will be a good title race. I think this title race will go down from start to finish. I don't think like the win. I don't think we'll have like. I don't think this will be this will be like easy in the park because last couple of seasons La Liga has been kind of like the teams have won it like by like you kind of which team is going to win by like the midway point of the season.
yeah.
So I feel like this time around it'll be very close, and I just think that I just feel like Barca have more like I feel like Barca are more equipped for this because I feel
Mm,
like Barca have been really consistent under Xavi.
mm.
And don't get me wrong, Real Madrid have been good. Of course, they have been good, but I feel as though that more often than not, we've seen with them is that um, they seem to be really, really like it seems Benzema. Like if Benzema really starts performing for them, they'll go insane. But I feel like when the games that Benzema doesn't play, they really struggle in. Like in the El Clásicos they played against Barca, they couldn't even score a goal without Benzema. Like that I just feel like it's a huge problem. Like and even the games I've seen, like when Real Madrid don't have Benzema, they struggle to score goals. They really struggle. And so that's my huge concern is that I don't think Benzema can stay fit for an entire season. I don't think that's realistic. You know, and that's the reason why I think Real Madrid will struggle. And also, I feel like there might be more focus on Champions League because they want to defend their title, and we know that Real Madrid loves defending their Champions League titles. Like they would rather defend the Champions League title than league title. They haven't defended their league title since 2008.
I mean, the only thing I'll say is that, like, and why I personally disagree and think Real Madrid will win is that I just remember Barca fans saying similar things before the beginning of last season. Like, I mean, I know there were still doubts over Koeman and stuff. So, but like, I think I still remember a lot of Barca fans saying, "Oh, Real Madrid are going to be heavily reliant on Benzema. So what happens if he gets injured? Blah blah blah." That will be focused on the Champions League and so on. And I don't know. I just think that we can't underestimate. I just think that Real Madrid, yes, okay, they have Benzema. They're relying on Benzema for goals. I get that, but unlike maybe previous season, Vinicius obviously has clearly started to step up a bit, and
That's
also
true.
the depth that they have in their midfield now is a lot better with the likes of Camavinga, Tuchmeni, and Valverde's popping off. Whether Hazard will do anything or not remains to be seen. Probably not, but it is what it is. What's this? Mariano is Ben's backup, right? Okay, that's interesting. But yeah, I mean, the point I guess is that like, and obviously they've got the keeper. The defense again is relatively reinforced as well. Alaba and obviously Rudiger. So for me, Real Madrid have, yes, they might not have a backup score for Benzema, but the thing is the overall score is still quite reinforced. Whereas I look
Yeah.
at Barcelona, and I would still be quite concerned about their midfield and their defense, more specifically their centre backs. I don't see, you know, I mean, PK will be paired with what's his name again?
Araujo.
Araujo, and Araujo's okay, so to speak. So, but it's not necessarily a centre back pairing that sort of you know terrifies anybody. Can be got at. And then Busquets, I still think I don't. I personally thought Busquets should have retired 3 or 4 years ago, personally. So because he's although he's a technically gifted player, he's no one as quick as he was, which is a problem. Um, and then midfield, depending on whether they obviously sell Frankie De Jong if he leaves, etc. So all it takes is 1 or 2 injuries, and you're like, Barcelona's squad is the depth really there? I really don't think that Alonso signing from Chelsea is a massive upgrade. Lewandowski obviously will score goals, but will he? Will his transition from the Bundesliga to La Liga work? That's also something that needs to be taken into account. Who else did Barcelona sign? Rafinha. Okay, Rafinha looks good. I think Rafinha might ball. Dembele will probably get injured again. So I don't know. I'm not. I know I'm sounding depressing for Madrid fans, but I know I get the enthusiasm, but I don't know. I just have a feeling that is. Oh, sorry. 1 second. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry. So yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Sorry, give me 1 minute, guys. But just tell you on what your thoughts are, mate.
Yeah. Like I mean, you do make some good points in the sense that our defense is still like shaky. Like fullbacks in particular, I think is a really big concern for us. Like if Jordi Alba gets injured, like I don't want to like Alonso. It's not going to be much better. And especially right back position in particular, like Des. Like if Des gets injured, we're really we're gonna have to use like we're gonna have to play a player out of position probably, which is like either Kunde or Rajo. You know, and goalkeeper Ter Stegen, as you mentioned, Ter Stegen is definitely not as good as he used to be. Um, But I do think that Barca have more depth in attack than Real Madrid, in my opinion. Like I feel like depth wise, if we're going by attack, I think we have more options. You know, yes, their midfield has more depth. I'll agree with you. I think their midfield has way more depth than Barca. Um, and defense, I think it might be a bit. I think it might be even in terms of that. I feel like even it might be even in terms of that. And obviously, I have a better goalkeeper, so it's gonna be close. Like I think this La Liga race will be close. I don't think this will be by a huge margin. Like I don't think any team will win by a 10-point margin. That kind of thing. It's gonna come close. And the games I think are gonna really determine is gonna be against those lower table teams, like those kind of teams, like those kind of bottom bogey teams in particular, like the likes of like Espanyol, Celta Vigo, Villarreal, potentially Valencia as well, Rayo Vallecano. Like these kind of teams are going to determine whether or not which team is going to win. And so it's going to be close. Like, and so that's just what I think. So,
yeah. Sorry, I'm still here. So a colleague of mine is asking for a favor. So, if you can continue speaking for a bit. I'm
okay.
sorry, guys. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Sorry, guys. So, actually, while I'm away, actually, so top goal scorer, Lewandowski or Benzema, man. Who do you think is going to ball out, Lewandowski or Benzema?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I like to say Lewandowski, but it has to be Benzema. Benzema's been too good, man. Like he's been amazing. Like, of course, I like Lewandowski to win, but it's definitely Benzema, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think he and just and why Benzema over Levin? Just elaborate a little bit if that makes sense.
Yeah, I just feel like Benzema's been more consistent here in the league. He knows his league better. Lewandowski is his first time here, and I just feel like it'll take time for Lewandowski to get into groove. And Benzema, he's been insane. His goal scoring has been insane. And I just feel like for me, I just don't think Lewandowski can do it. But of course, I like being proven wrong. But yeah, that's what I think. I think Benzema's going to win it. It's going to be close. I don't think like it's going to be like a landslide thing, but I think he'll win it by like maybe like 5 or 6 goals, like several goals ahead, I think.
And what do you think? Sorry about that. Can everyone still hear me? I'm having a nice day. I'm having. I think someone is telling me that I really shouldn't have. I should have rescheduled, but it is what it is. Right. Okay. We're back though. We're back.
Right.
Abracadabra says, Kunde. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They've got Kunde, but I mean, is Kunde? I still think Kunde's overhyped. I'll tell you now. I still think Kunde's overhyped.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. I mean, I think Kunde's still better than the other options we have, like Umtiti, Longley, PK. He's way better than those three, So at least right now.
Right. Okay. So you're definitely going with Barcelona then as your winners La Liga. If I not convinced you to change your mind.
Yeah.
You have to keep the faith. Keep the faith.
Yeah. It's gonna be close. Like I said.
What's the worst case scenario for Barcelona this season then? What's the worst case scenario?
Ooh. I'd say worst case is that if we manage to finish 3rd or 4th, that would look really bad. With all the signs we made, that would look really bad. I would say. Or not, obviously, I think the worst case scenario would not be getting Champions League. Um, you know,
Do you think Xavi will be here for long term, or do you think there's a possibility he might be sacked this season?
well, I'd say he would probably get sacked if we don't get Champions League football. I'll say that for sure. Um, but yeah, assuming that we get Champions League football, and then even if we go trophyless this season, I still think he'll be backed. Even with the same transfers we made. I just like the only way I just don't see him staying is if we get Europa League and like anything below that, basically. You know, and he's a young manager, so they're going to give him some time, I believe. And that's actually another thing I just forgot about is that Real Madrid, they have the more experienced coach. That's also another argument you could give why they could win the league over Barca, because they have a more experienced coach.
Fair enough. Fair.
Yeah.
What was I thinking? What was I saying about? Okay, so I guess lastly, just as we sort of round things up, this Spain. And I did this with the Rossoneri guys as well. Though Italy obviously aren't in the World Cup, but obviously the World Cup is obviously going to be taking place midway through the end of the season. What are your thoughts on the Spanish national team? And do you think the Spanish national team, like, how do you see them doing in the in the group stage, etc.?
Yeah, Spain, they're looking good. Like, they have a very good coach. Obviously, Luis Enrique knows what he's doing with the national team. My problem with Spain, though, is I feel like it's kind of a weird one, because I feel like their style of play, like when I've seen Spain play, like they don't play like interesting football. Like, they don't play like the football that we remembered them from like 2010, but they are generally pretty effective. They generally know how to at least score one goal, and they're generally pretty good, and they'll definitely advance around 16. I don't know if they'll be able to top the group. That's going to be interesting to see. As of right now, I think I might edge with them second place. I feel like Germany will score more goals. I think Germany will top by goal difference, to be honest. And it's actually really funny with the that group in particular. I would argue the second place actually has an easier route to the semis than the first place, which is actually weird, because I believe the group.
Yeah, so go on. No,
yeah, I believe the group. I believe the group winner of that group will eventually have to play Brazil, and we know how Brazil are generally pretty good. Whereas, like, I think this one will play like Portugal, Uruguay in this quarterfinals, I think. And yeah, I would say like that's a far easier task than playing Brazil, in my opinion. So,
fair.
I'd say they
go on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'd say they should at least make the quarterfinals and maybe even the semis. I don't think they'll win the World Cup. I think that's a bridge too far. I don't think they have that kind of squad to do so. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like Spain will do well, but I don't think they'll do as like I don't think they'll win it. I think it's been too early for them, in my opinion.
Fair enough. Okay, so well, guys, like we're gonna round up here, man. So like I've just put myself back on camera now. Thanks everyone for actually watching. Really appreciate it. So I know it's been not as long as the streams as usually is. So a combination of technical issues, work issues. But I want to thank Ad74 for coming on the show, for doing the Liga season preview with me. And obviously, hopefully, inform you guys as to what we think our predictions are. As you can see, even though I disagree with him on Barcelona winning La Liga, but who knows? Maybe it's reverse jinx. Who knows? But yeah, just before we go, like, where can they find you, buddy? Like, and just a bit about your channel.
Yeah, so on my channel, I try to like, obviously I'm a Barca fan, and everything, but I try to cover like I'm a big football fan. Like I'm a football fan more than anything else, and I try to cover like as much football as I possibly can. Even like international competitions and everything like that. So you guys can find my YouTube channel with the name 80744. That's A and the D and the 744. Then my Twitter is arpon.744. So you can find those links there. I also use Twitch as well, 80744, and I have this. You can also join my Discord server as well. And the links are on my thing. Can I send my links here actually?
Yeah. If you just DM me, I'll just post your links in the chat actually.
Yeah, and I use this thing. There's a thing called Linktree where you can just put like every platform on there, so it's just really convenient. So I just usually send that. So yeah, let me go and send the link here. I'll put in the private chat.
Oh, Madrid man says Hazard is his backup, man. Where have you been, Madrid man? Do you agree with this tier list? Do you think that Ad forces Barca are going to win La Liga? Do you think Barca are going to win La Liga? Any Madrid fans? Right, yeah, Linktree. Okay, I'll copy that. Okay. So yeah, guys, I'll just pin Ad 74's socials. They'll be pinned to the top of the chat. So if you could head over and subscribe to them,
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
etc. Go for it. Yes, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah. So who do you think would the top goal scorer be in La Liga?
Benzema.
Okay. Oh yeah, we didn't discuss about this one. Most clean sheets. I mean, I think it's obvious. It's Courtois, right?
yeah. I think that partly because of Real Madrid's defense. I think, like that's the thing. Real Madrid, I think, are going to have the top. This is why it's like I don't really get how you put Barcelona as winning, because I think that Barca. We predict that Real Madrid are gonna score the most goals and they're gonna have the most clean sheets, and those are two things that you need to win a league. So how are Barcelona going to win the league if they don't have those two things?
Well, no, it's not always like that, It's not always like that,
Well, it's usually one of those. Like in the last couple of years, like you either have to like even in I think in the Premier League, for example, where like City, Manchester City were I think Edison was joint Golden Glove, and they I think scored the most amount of goals last season. With Liverpool not too far behind. So you got to at least have one of those. If you're not going to be the top scorer, or at least close to top score, you at least have to be close to clean sheet. If you're not either one of them or close to either one of them, then that's going to be a problem.
I think Lewandowski will at least be like top 3 in La Liga top scorers probably, and and then Ter Stegen. I'm not sure about this one. I mean he'll probably be at least like top 3, and clean sheets wise. I think the Barca goals will be more shared out. I don't think there'll be like one player will be scoring all the goals for us.
Fine. Fine.
So, yeah.
Fair. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Remember, if you use the channel to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter, United X. Smash that notification button, smash news. We will be doing some members hangout. Will be tomorrow, hopefully, as well as the United Brentford preview. I'm still not sure if I'll pre-record or not. I might go live. I'm not entirely sure yet, but we'll see what happens. Have a nice day, everyone, and cheers.
Yeah, thanks for having me.